talk about the nevuos, about when Moshiach comes. Okay, so we spoke a little about this last week about how do you pass his machlekes Shmuel and Rabbi Yochanan, and whether everything is going to be normal when Moshiach comes, or are things going to be unusual and miraculous? And we brought the machlekes hadas of Rambam Paskin. He passes like Shmuel, and the Rebbe Chiddush of the Rebbe about the two Kufris and about Zachor Leizachor. Over here we'll go more, but now we're going to go more specific into the actual nevuos. The actual thing, see how can we explain it. First, we're going to try to see how you could explain it only as a mashal, like the Rambam says. All these nevuos are not kipshutai. Then we'll see why it's hard to explain that, and we'll see how you could explain it kipshutai, and it's not a problem according to the Rambam. So in the first Maran Lokim, we'll see the Gemara of Shmuel. There's the Gemara in Shabbos, Tav Samach Gimel Amid Aleph. The Gemara over there is talking about if you're allowed to wear jewelry, if you're allowed to wear a sword on Shabbos. Machlekes in the Mishnah, if a sword is considered jewelry. So it's a machlekes. So the Gemara chants. The Gemara said one of the reasons why I say it's not considered jewelry is because when Moshiach comes, it says we're going to turn the swords into plows. So if it's jewelry, why wouldn't people wear it anymore? So let's read the Gemara. Since these swords and weapons are jewelry for him, why are they going to be batal when Moshiach comes? Amar lehen, he answered them, because you're not going to need it. We're not going to have wars, so we're not going to have swords anymore. But pliga the Shmuel, and this shitta argues against Shmuel. The Amar Shmuel, because Shmuel said, the only thing that's going to change between Yemesa Mashiach and now is who's going to rule. How do we know this? They will never be lacking poor people in the land. Even when Mashiach comes, we will still have poor people. So you see from this pasuk that even the Yemesa Mashiach thinks the world is going to be running normally, and we are always going to have poor people, and there's also going to be wars. Nothing's going to change.
Because they do it like you said, that's what's this for?
So how is he
teaching it? That's not another teaching. So only Shivit Malchus is not going to be Goyal Goyal Cherev. It says it clearly. He's saying that there will be.
So let's see. So could be the Rebbe's answer. Might answer this question. That's a good question. Let's see, but the first of the famous questions is you have the pasuk in Yeshaya that says that the pasuk in Yeshaya that says that the wolves will be living peacefully with the sheep. Right? That's the famous question. So how are you going to answer? How could you say that there isn't going to be anything unusual? So the Rambam says this is derech mashal. In the second Maramah, the famous Rambam, the Raya in Hilchos Blachim, he says, Al Yala Al Halev Shadi Moshe Mashiach Yibatul Davar Min Hagish Leilum. Don't think that when Mashiach comes, things are going to change. Elo Eilim Min Hagi it's going to be normal. This that in Yeshaya it says that the wolves will live with the sheep, the number in Gedi, and the tigers with the goat. Mashal v'chida. It's a mashal. What does it mean? In hadavar she'yishal yeshvin lebetach, that the Yidden are going to live peacefully. In Rishei Goyim havashulim kazevin omer, with the Rishayim of which are Rishayim now, which are compared to a wolf and 10 tigers. So this is how the Rambam answers this question. That is a mashal. It just means that we're going to really be living peacefully with the Goyim. Right. So however, the Ravid asks a question that there are other psukim that the Rambam doesn't answer all psukim. You have other psukim you can answer. The Ravid brings one pasuk from the Kaisai. Kaisai Chavav pasuk Vav. The pasuk is Eibusha says, "When Asati Shaloi in Ba'aretz, I'm going to put there's going to be peace in the land. Ushchaftem, and you will lay down. Ve'in machri, you won't be worried. V'ishmati chaya ra min haaretz. They shall get rid of all the bad animals from the land. And a sword won't pass through your land." So I even asked, what's going on? This is not Minoga Ilam. There's going to be no more bad animals in the world. They just going to get rid of all the dangerous animals. What's the Rambam going to do with this pasuk? So before we get to the answers, we'll go through a few more Gemaras, and a few more Gemaras where it seems to say, in Psukim, where it seems to say that miraculous things will be happening when Mashiach comes. In the fourth Mara Malkim, there's another, the Gemara brings more unusual things that will be happening. The Gemara says that ladies will give birth every day, and also that the trees will be, the famous Gemara, that the trees, Lasalavi, will be growing cakes and different clothes and garments will be growing from the trees. Let's see it inside. Fourth Mara Malkim, Shabbos, Daf Lamed Amud Beis. The Gemara says, Had the Yasif Rabbi Gamliel Kadarish. Rabbi Gamliel was sitting and he darshan. He said, Asida Isha Shetelet B'chol Yom. When Moshiach comes, they will give birth every day. Every day they will give birth to another child. Shnemar Haravi Eladis Yachtav. They will become pregnant and they'll give birth together on the same day. Number 4. So you see miraculous things. People are they're gonna get pregnant, and the day they're gonna give birth. The Su, another thing he says, the Su Yasi having a Mliyah the Kadarish. Another thing he darshan, he said, Asida Eretz Yisrael Shateitzikuz Kois, Uklim Milas. That all the trees are going to give off Muskais types of cakes, Uklim Milas and garments. They're going to grow off the trees. Muskais are types of cakes, crackers. And Kli Melas and different garments and Kalim. Shenemar, how do we know this? It says he pisas bar bodins. So Pashtas means, it's a pasuk in Tehillim, says pisas bar, there's going to be a lot of food. But Rashi explains that the Gemara's Gamliel's darshaning. Pisas can mean like a pass like your hand. You're going to have you're going to have cakes like the size of your hand. Bar, that's from the ground. And also passing same like also mean clothes, like same as passing. So he learns that from this pasuk that there are going to be garments and food and cakes, ready-made cakes growing off the trees. So these seem to be miraculous things. So both first of all it's a shy question on Shmuel, and it's also who says that and it's also a question on the Rambam who passes like Shmuel. So we have another thing is a medrash in the fifth Maramakim, the Teras Koyanim. The medrash says more things that's going to happen with the trees. In the fifth Maramakim, Teras Koyanim B'chol Kaisai, it says, "In Nasna Aras Yevula." Also says that the ground will give off the produce. So it says, "Lo kederech shahaya isa achshav," not the way the ground gives off food now. Ela kedesha isa b'nei Adam Rishon. It will do it the way things were by Adam Rishon. V'inayin sha'adam sha'haaretz asida nizras v'isa pirs b'nyema. How do we know that we're going to plant the grounds and the same day it's going to give off fruit? It brings a pasuk. So that's one. So here's another miraculous thing you see when Moshiach comes. We're going to plant on the same day. It's going to sprout forth. It's not the minhag the way things are now. So what's Shmuel going to do about this medrash? And in the next line, how do we know that we're going to be able to eat the trees? So it brings another limit from a pasuk, and involved the next pasuk it says, how do we know that also barren trees that don't give fruit will be giving off fruit? And the trees of the field will give off fruit. So all trees of the field will give off fruit. So we have a lot of questions on Shmuel. Shmuel said that lots of things are going to be normal, things aren't going to be changed. We have a lot of examples of here where you see things are going to be different. So back to the first pasuk we asked, the first question that Ravid asks from B'chol Kaisai, that says the Eibusha says V'ishpati chayara min ha'aras in the fifth Maramakim. There says he's going to get rid of the bad animals. How are we going to deal with this? So the Radbaz answers. He says he can answer it the same way. It's a mashal that is going on the goyim, just like the Rambam said that the Gars even Keza in Keves is talking about the goyim and the Yidden. So to here, chayara means the goyim. The Eibusha is the goyim aren't going to give us hard times anymore. So that's in the sixth Maramakim. So the Radbaz says, Hesiga Ravid Zal, the Ravid asks, the Haloi Kosu B'Teira V'Ishpati Chayara Min Ha'aretz. The Eibusha is going to get rid of the bad animals. Okay, that's not That's not Darkei Shalei. Minam and Hagei Shalei. It says of Ein Zeh Hasaga. Just like the other ones are a mashal, this is also a mashal umara that the Isha is going to get rid of the bad nation. Whatever it is, maybe it's Amalek. The Ravid argues with the Rambam. The Rambam says that the world is going to be functioning normally.
Right.
But he asks, it says that the Isha is going to get rid of
So, in other words, it's going to be,
things are going to be different. Yeah.
So
The Radbaz quoted the Ravid, and now he says Ve'ein Zeh Hasaga. The Radbaz answers it's not a shayla because this is also only a mashal. It's talking about bad nations, and it's not talking about bad animals. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have any more bad. It doesn't mean we're not going to have any more wild animals. So this is one answer. This is an answer to that first question. Now about the Gemara that says that the trees will be giving off cakes and garments, so the Rambam himself actually answers that question in the Pirsha Mishayis. In the Hakdama to Perek Chelek of Sanhedrin, the Rambam answers this question. In the 7th Maramokim, what does he answer? He says, "V'zeu she'amru asida Eretz Yisrael she'tetzigus kois kli milas." This is what it means that Eretz Yisrael, that in Eretz Yisrael, the trees are going to give the ground is going to give off cakes and garments. Why? What does that mean? It doesn't mean kipshutai. Until now, the Rambam was saying how things are going to be very good. The food is going to be in abundance, and even poor people aren't going to have such a hard time getting food. So the Rambam says this is what the pasuk means. It's the expression that people say when a person finds food prepared and ready and he didn't have to do anything. People will say he found baked bread in a cooked dish. It's an expression. It means it's a mashal. It means just like someone is so easy to find food. There's money lying. It's easy to get money. The food is in abundance. It's not so hard to find. So that's what the pasuk means that the ground is going to be giving off cakes and garments, everything ready-made. Meaning that it doesn't mean literally that it's going to be growing from the ground in the trees. It means that it's going to be easy to get. You're not going to have to work so hard.
So it'll be a great abundance of everything.
It'll be a great abundance. It doesn't mean literally that all these things are going to be falling off the trees. Yeah.
Cakes growing up trees.
Yeah, you're not going to have danishes on the trees, according to the way the Rambam understands. So
The interest is not so at least it's food, but how you find clothing on a tree? That's not any food. You find the fruits grow one day, but it's still fruits. You find cakes, it's still food. You find
the Yiddish can make cakes grow off trees. You can make clothes grow off trees too.
Clothing never grows on trees. The bread goes through a process, but it's still coming from wheat. It comes from something. Clothing doesn't come from make what he wants to have.
So that answers another question. There's about the end of the Medrash. The Medrash says that the barren trees will give off fruit. So the Rebbe says the Rebbe gives a possible explanation. The Rebbe says that. You could also say some mashal that the barren trees is referring to the Amoritz, and when it's going to give up fruit, meaning that they're going to be full of Torah mitzvahs just like a Talmud Chacham. The Rebbe says the Chayra Votman you can't enter in. As das Rambam saying Oichdi Mamari Chazal Hana Mashal L'Chida. You can say that also these Mamari Chazal is a Mashal L'Chida. Udugma, for example, Eitz Machal meant K'maymer Chazal Talmidi Chachamim. A fruit tree means a Talmud Chacham, but they have a lot of Torah mitzvahs. Mit Ilnei Sarek wird gemeint Ami Oretz. Barren trees, that's Am Oretz, who doesn't have Torah mitzvahs. La'asid Lavi Vel Ilnei Sarek, all the barren trees, which are the Ami Oretz, are Riskeb and Peiris. The Ami Oretz also give off fruits, meaning das heißt, they vel and werden Talmidei Chachamim. So the Rebbe says, according to the Rambam, maybe you could also teach the Medrash that what's lovely. The fruit trees are going to, that barren trees are going to give up fruit. It's referring to Ami Oretz are going to become Talmidei Chachamim as well. So, well, the Pale is still, we still have a lot of other Medrashim we didn't find for. It's which we don't have, which is hard to say that it's Derech Mashal. The Rebbe also says it's hard to say it's the mashal because it sounds like he's talking the Gashmis. The Gemara and the Medrash is talking a bunch of Gashmistic things. It's hard to say it. And and another thing. Let's go back to the Ravid's question. The Ravid asked the question. Now the says, "Vishmati chayarom min haaretz." I will get rid of the bad animals. So what really was his question? What's the big question? Just the Rambam, just like the Garzavin Keves, the Rambam says, man, it's a mashal. It's talking about bad people. So it's over here. So I saw a verse wrote down from Yisrael Dave Salvation that explains what's the question of the Ravid. The Ravid knew that you could verify like that, but his question was deeper. His question was that the Garzavin Keves is a pasuk in Yeshaya. By the other Nevi'im, you can say that they're talking about a mashal and a chiddush. It's like the Rambam says. The Rambam says the difference between Moshe Rabbeinu and other Nevi'im. Now Moshe Rabbeinu spoke directly to the Eibusher. The Eibusher didn't come to him in dreams, and the Eibusher didn't talk to him in riddles. The Eibusher spoke to him directly. Whereas other Nevi'im, the Eibusher came to them in dreams, the Eibusher spoke to them in riddles, and they had to understand what the Eibusher was trying to say. So he explains, this is really what the Ravid's question was. I can understand in Yeshaya, he talks in mashals and riddles, because that was how the Eibusher spoke to him. The Eibusher spoke to him in mashals and in riddles. So therefore, that's how his nevuah was. He says, regards the Even Kedes, because that's how it was told over to him from the Eibusher. But by Moshe Rabbeinu, the pasuk of Hishmati Chayiram Min Haaretz it's in the Chukosai. It's a pasuk in the Torah. Moshe Rabbeinu, the Eibusher didn't talk to him in riddles. So why is Moshe Rabbeinu talking to us in riddles? You can't say. If he explains, that's why you can't say that pasuk is a mashal chiddush, because Moshe Rabbeinu doesn't talk like that. So that's a Geshmak Avert how he explains the question. It's in the 9th Makim, but we're short on time, so we'll skip. We won't read inside. We're short on time.
Are you doing 9?
We're skipping 9. I said it outside.
Is that what you just told us about?
Yes.
Now we do.
So we're going to do another 10. So if we're going to, let's say, we're kind of backed up into the corner, we have to say at least some of these Midrashim and Psukim are talking Kipshutim. How is this going to fit with Shmuel and the Rambam? That the world is going to be functioning normally. So the Radbaz has an explanation. He says even though the Rambam says everything is a mashal, but it's also Kipshutim. He says in Eretz Yisrael it's going to be Kipshutim. In the whole world, the world isn't going to change. The world is going to function normally, and what's going to be a mashal and these psukim, these nevuos is a mashal riddle in the whole world. But in Eretz Yisrael, it's going to be there are going to be miracles. It's going to be nisim, and over there it's going to be kipshutim. And that Rabbi says is not a shinui in hagei shalayim. It's not a change in the nature of the world, because the whole world functions normally. It's just something unique in Eretz Yisrael. So that's in the 10th Makim. The Rabbi says, he says that it's important to know that it's also going to be kipshutei in Eretz Yisrael. By the Beis Hamikdash, the animals won't do any damage. So he says it's Afke Bahar Kachi and Afke in Haaretz and Eretz Yisrael. V'chein mishmati chayra min haaretz. It's min haaretz. It's me talking about the land, Eretz Yisrael. But in the rest of the world, things are going to keep functioning normally. These psukim are just a mashal. She can't consider the Yisagel Gecherev. When it says that they won't fight, they won't take swords against each other. But there it's only a mashal. But Eretz Yisrael is kaim hapshat v'hamashal. Eretz Yisrael is going to be in a mashal and kipshutei. And he ends off baruch yidei ha'emes. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going to go on, what's happening. Maybe sure knows what's actually going to happen, and we'll figure it out then. But he gives a beer that it's like Eretz Yisrael is going to be kipshutei. So this is one famous answer from the Radbaz. And there's another famous answer that Rebbe brings down from the Sefer Avidas HaKodesh. It's a Kabbalah Sefer. His name was Meir Ben Gabbai, I think. He writes, he says that he says that it's not a shinui in the minute of the world. He writes that he brings a medrash that says Lasalava things are going to go back to the way they were before the Chet Eitzadas. Before the Chet Eitzadas. When Moshiach comes, everything's going to go back to the way things were before the Chet Eitzadas. And therefore, with this, he says he can answer a lot of these questions. When it says the fruit will give off, the barren trees will give off fruit, that's how it was before the Chet Eitzadas. When it says that you'll be able to eat the trees, that's also how it was before the Chet Eitzadas. And with this, what? Yeah, you see the lesson of the Medrash. Things are going to go back to the way it was before the Rishon. So he says it's not a shinui in the world, because it's not a shinui in the teva of the world. This is the real nature. Things are going to go back to the way they're supposed to be. It's not a change in nature.
So was it made like that before?
What?
It was
These are this is a famous. So we won't read inside again. There's going to be Maida soon. And see, this is how he answers Shmuel. So the Rebbe gives another pshat. The Rebbe has some questions on these other answers. The Rebbe gives the famous answer of that either that there's going to be two kufas. Moshiach comes. The first kufa, it depends on zachu or lei zachu. If we were zeicha, then it's going to be kipshutei also all these nevuos. If it's lei zachu, then it's going to be derech mashal. But even then, even if it's a way of lei zachu, there's going to be a second kufa, which we will eventually earn it, and then all these things will be kipshutei the way it seems. Now, there's another interesting thing I saw in Maharsha in Ksubos. He says that if Lasilavai, all trees are going to be giving off fruit. So he says there's an isser that you're not allowed to cut down trees that bear fruit. So he says it, and he wants to say, we're not going to be able to cut down trees anymore.
Where do you get wood from?
So where are you going to get wood from? So how are you going to cook? How are you going to do things? So he says that's why the Gemara has to say that the trees are going to give off cakes, because we're not going to have wood to bake. We're not going to have wood to bake to do anything. So therefore, because we're not going to be able to cut down the trees because they're all fruit-bearing trees, so therefore the Eibusher is going to have to give us from somewhere else. The Eibusher is going to have to make sure that the cakes come already baked and cooked and everything's ready.